Hi, this is the paper template problem solution video. And this is where we're going to end up at the end. We're going to have a bristle board made out of red bristle board where I've written on it front good side. So that's what this video is going to be about, is taking the rolled up craft paper template and from that making a firm bristle board template. And then once I have that, I'll be able to cut this piece of muslin that fits that template. So that's what this video is going to be about. Enjoy the ride. Hi, this is Jebb, and here I am with one of my craft paper templates. And the problem is, and there is a problem, the only way I can get that to flatten out is to put my sandwich bags that I have rice in, like this. Those bags, those weights are the only way I can get the template to sit flat. But when that stuff is on the template, it's in the way. So in this video, I find a solution to the paper template problem that I'm having. And I didn't want to spend a lot of time, and I didn't want to spend, well, maybe not a lot of money, but the less money that I could spend to fix it, the better off I would be. Here's the solution I came up with. And I haven't even tested it or tried it yet. So this is another Jebb Adams sewing first. Watch this. So I went to the dollar store in the mall, in the complex where I live. So all I had to do was take the elevator down to the shopping level. I didn't have to go on the train, you know, there and back and all that and spend time doing that. And the other nice thing about this bristle board, this red bristle board that I bought at the dollar shop, and remembering that I am in Canada, so $1 Canadian is like 67 or 65 cents American. Like the Canadian dollar is not really worth anything, you know, it's worth very little. So I ended up buying 4 sheets, but I've got 2 of them right here, right now, today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect them. And I need 2 of them together so that I can put the template out and the whole template will fit. So what I'm going to do is measure up and then connect these 2 pieces of bristle board and make a template out of that, and then I can lay the craft paper on there and staple it down or use little bits of painter's tape to hold it in place while I outline the craft. What I want to do is I want to put the craft paper template on here like that and then do an outline and then make this my new template. And it's firm and it won't roll up, and I can just lay it down, lay the muslin on it, or lay the muslin down and lay that on it, and my template will remain stationary and flat. That's the problem I had, and this is the solution that I think is workable. So I'm going to make a video about trying this possible solution out and see how I make out. So here I've got the bristle board. And what I'm going to do is mark a line so that when I put the connecting piece of bristle board on here, it's nice and straight. So I'm just going to mark off 1 inch, and that I hope will be a good enough, strong enough overlap. It probably will be too much actually. Maybe I'll go 1/2 inch, like that. But I enjoy learning how to sew because I'm having to figure out how to do it, you know, by checking on YouTube and looking at books or what have you. And then sometimes I just have to sit and think about it myself, which is what I did this time, so I'm happy with that. I'll get my nice long 36-inch yardstick and I'll lay a line down. How you guys doing? How you guys and gals doing? We gotta have fun, right? Well, some of it worked out. There. I can work with that. Clatter, clatter. So here I am with my 2 pieces of board, and there's my line. And at the bottom here, I'm just going to line that up like that. Well, hopefully. There. And then I'll do the same at the other end up there. And there we can see the line. So I'll just match that up. And then I'll get that stapler. Whoops, wrong end. There. Now I'm just going to get some regular tape, office tape or whatever brand I use, and I'll put a piece of tape on there. So here I've started to put the tape on, and hopefully it'll do the job that I would like it to do. I think it will, because you know the paper, this bristle board, this board is supported. It's not like it's hanging free blowing in the wind or anything. So now I'm going to get that craft paper template and lay it down using my rice bag weights probably, and then I'll make an outline of it and draw the outline on, and then I'll cut the template out of this. And this is sturdy enough that I can hang it up or lay it somewhere and store it, and I don't have to worry about it tearing. It's not as fragile or flimsy as the craft paper is. So I'll call my weights into service once again. Like that. And that. I'm glad I made 6 of them. So that's how it looks once I've got it put on the bristle board. And now I'm just going to draw an outline all the way around this white craft paper, and then I'll cut the red paper, and that will be my working template to use on the muslin. I'll start right there. And now I'm using the cloth marker, although I'm not sure how effective that will be, because the bristle board is kind of slippery, it seems. I might have to call up one of the big pens. So I've got a couple of other pens. I'll try this one and see what kind of a line it makes. Well, I don't really see anything there, so I won't use that one. That is not as big of a tip as I thought it would be, but for now it is working. So this marker seems to be doing the job, so I'll use it. Yes, sirree. Cool. I think that's all I needed to mark. I'll keep that marker around. Now I'm going to make sure that I don't cut my new ironing board cover. So what I'll do is I'll bring this piece of board in here. And there I get out of control with the scissors. And I had already tried, before I started filming, to see if I could fit 2 of the craft paper roll-up paper templates at the same time, but they didn't all fit. I could do it for most of it, but not all of it. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Now I'm gonna have, oh no, I got the tape on, so I should be good. But I might put a staple in there once I get the excess bristle board off. So yeah, I mean the bristle board is really inexpensive, and it was in the basement of my complex in the mall level, the shopping concourse. Are we kind of lined up or what? We are now. But you know, I enjoy doing this stuff. You know, I don't mind calling it therapy if that's what it is. But I really do enjoy it. So now I've got that left over. Okay, so that's the piece. There's my template. So now I'll get a piece of cloth. So the other detail that I'm paying attention to is that right over here, and you probably can't see it all that well, but I wrote the letter F in light green ink. And what that signifies is that is the front piece. And this is the good side, the top. So with my black marker, I'm going to remove this, get this paper off of here, and then I'll put an F for front, and then I'll put good side, because I got the good side and the wrong side, right? Right. So let me get these staples out of here now. But I just wanted everything to sit nice and flush and quiet while I explained that and showed it to you. Cool. Now I can move the paper template, and it can do its roll-up thing over there by itself. And as I mentioned, I'm going to write front, and I'll go good side. Now on the other side, I'll put good side and bad side. There, so I'll understand that. I'm speaking to myself here. So I'm happy with that. What do you think of that? I mean, is this project coming along or what? So now, I can lay the muslin out. In spite of all my disorganization and mess. So I've got that like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use paper clips to line up the template on the muslin. The muslin is under the template, as you can see right there at this end. So I'm going to put some paper clips in up there, get it stabilized, finish up with the paper clips, and then cut it. I don't have a big enough board yet, but then I will get a big enough board when I go to that store, Canadian Tire or whatever, and so that I don't have to mess with the uneven table at that end. But it's coming along. I mean, I'm learning and I'm having fun, and this is a little bit of first time doing this. So, and like I mentioned earlier, I enjoy doing this stuff. I never had thought that I would, because I never thought about doing this stuff until I started sewing. Eh? Yeah. You know? But, you know, it keeps me thinking about good things. Like sewing is a darn good thing to think about, I think. I'm checking out a book or two to buy about pattern planning and sewing in general. So I'm going to get down to the bookstore, my favorite bookstore, Librairie Paragraph, over at near McGill University. Yes, sir, indeed. Okay, so that's all the paper clips I need right now, and now I'm going to get my cloth marker and I'm going to trace out a pattern on there and there, and I know that the rest is flush there, so all I got to do is make a line here, here, and that's it. I'll start at this end, and then I'll have to move it up or down or whatever to get on a flat piece again. But here we go. Consider this Jebb having fun. Because I am. I mean it, I'm telling you. I mean, look at my life. I go to websites that have nice gals or nice gentlemen. One nice gal that is a great clothes maker, she makes a lot of her own clothes, is, I've mentioned her before, Rebecca Good. And Rebecca Good is excellent. Another person I watch incessantly on a regular basis is a gentleman by the name of Cornelius Quiring. Q-U-I-R-I-N-G, Cornelius, C-O-R-N-E-L-I-U-S, and that's the name of his YouTube channel. And he's been doing sewing for a little while, like for a few years. And Rebecca Good has been definitely sewing for many years. I'm going to move this down and finish up marking it and then cut it. There, I moved it down. I'm not kidding you. I said I was going to move it down. I did. Oh, there was one of the templates on the floor. One of the flimsy templates that I don't have to mess with. The great thing about these bristle board firm templates is not only do they save a lot of time, because now I don't have to make individual craft paper templates and do all that preparation work. I can just grab the template, put it on the cloth. But the nice thing about them is not only does it save time, but it saves mistakes, because they're not flimsy and they don't tear and all the rest of it. How am I making out here? Have we got a line there? Oh, it does. So now I can remove the template by taking the paper clips off and get the bristle board template off the muslin cloth. And I don't know if they still call bristle board, this kind of firm board, bristle board still. But back in the 60s and 70s when I was a school kid, that's what our teachers called it. Where's my paper clip magnet thing? There's my paper clip magnet thing right there. So I don't need this for now, so I'll put it back on the desk where it belongs. So I'm going to have to find a safe place to put my nice new red template. I'm not forgetting about you, I'm coming back. We're going to move on down. Here I am set up with my favorite two pairs of tailor's shears, the 12-inch set and the 9-inch pair. Maybe I'll try the 12-inch pair first. So here we go. It's about 10 degrees Celsius above zero in downtown Montreal right now, and it's raining. Cool. So this was the paper template problem solution video. Here was the problem. The craft paper template always rolls up and it's fragile, flimsy, and prone to shifting errors. And here is the solution. I made a bristle board template, and it's nice and firm and it's not fragile and it doesn't shift a whole lot, and that allowed me to have the other part of the solution, which was, my work, which is to make the correct size cloth and cut it. So there you go. I want to thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to you stopping in next time and we'll chat again. Anyway, you take care, stay safe, and we'll chat again soon. Adios, amigos.